Hi, and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show. My name is Whitney Peck, and today we're joined by Dr. Bullock, University of Kentucky Beef Extension Specialist. So my first question in our series here is, what do you look for when you're buying a bull for the first time?
Okay, when we start thinking about buying a bull, it is the first thing, and you're going to be taking my class, so you're going to know this, is we have to think about crossbreeding. Okay. Crossbreeding is one of the most critical things and important things we can do from a genetic standpoint to help our herd out. Primarily, it's going to really help us out with our reproduction, getting more cows bred, getting more calves weaned, those types of things. And so, so the first thing is just make sure that we have at least a good crossbreeding program. We don't have to maximize it. Even just getting a couple of breeds of bulls that you switch between every 3 or 4 years works pretty good. Okay, so that's the first step, is kind of getting that breed choice. Then beyond that, we have to think about selection. So crossbreeding and selection, those are the two things that we can do to improve genetics, okay? So on the selection side of things, that's things like culling cows, heifer retention, and of course, buying that bull.
Right. So when you talked about culling cows, what's something that you look for? And this is beginner beef farmer, so you know what a good cow looks like, but what's something that you look for when you go to start the culling process? Okay,
it usually defines itself pretty easily, because the number one reason we cull a cow is because she didn't get pregnant.
Right.
Okay, and so so that's a good first step. Now, so if we have an open cow, that would be an obvious reason. All right. So now I'm going to tell you though that if your cows are open, it's probably not their fault. So that needs to trigger something. So if we have a high percentage, particularly that are open, then we need to think about making some management changes, hopefully to improve that. Okay. Beyond that, we have other things that are a little bit out of our control, and that would be things like injury. They come up limping. Their udder gets damaged or something. They have eye problems, something like that might be a reason. Really kind of far down the list, it's unfortunate, but calling one because she's not a good mother is typically sort of towards the bottom. But of course that would be the case too. And particularly if she consistently does not have a good performing calf, then we would want to consider culling those as well.
Okay, so you mentioned an open cow. Will you talk a little bit about the importance of a calving season?
Absolutely, because it's hard to know that we have open cows if we don't have a calving season. And so that's one of the number one reasons that we do want to have a confined calving season. All right? So you have a confined breeding season, which leads to a confined calving season. Okay, so one of them is so that we know those females that aren't reproductive, so we can cull them, right? That's a really good reason. There's some other extremely practical reasons. When we do that, we have a lot of calves that are about the same age, that are born about the same time, so they're the same age, so we can wean them at the same time, sell them at the same time, which gives us bigger groups to sell. It's clear evidence, and Dr. Dahrr did some research a few years back in Dr. Hallett, where they clearly showed that if we can just go from selling single calves to just a group of 5, that it greatly improves the price we get on those calves. So just having, even with these new farmers that might be small, you know, if they can put 4 or 5 calves together, it's going to improve the price that they get versus just a single. Okay, and so that's an important reason. The other is it's way easier to keep control over them. They're all calving at the same time, so you can watch them closer so that you can help. It helps with your health program. You give them the vaccinations all at the same time.
To watch the full video of today's segment, check out the Warren County Extension YouTube page. After each YouTube video in the Beef Bootcamp series, there will be an opportunity to fill out an evaluation form. For every evaluation form that you fill out, your name will be put into a drawing to win a portable Blackstone grill. If you fill out all the evaluation forms, you will also be receiving a UK Extension sorting flag. Thank you for watching.